Tivnu Building Justice is a Jewish organization that wraps together three things. We build buildings, we learn about the social context, the issues, the struggles that relate to the building that we're constructing, and we study Jewish texts, Jewish history, we reflect on our Jewish identity as it relates to these issues. The tool training, the orientation to the work site, and the whole construction experience will be led by professional carpenters. So the learning and the experience will be of a quality that is truly unique for a volunteer experience. In addition to the construction piece, in any Tivnu program, there will be some learning about the broader issues. So for instance, when we worked with Habitat for Humanity, we had Steve Rudman from the Housing Authority of Portland, now called Home Forward, talk to us about the issues of affordable housing. What are Americans facing today? How does it compare to folks in other countries? And what organizations are trying to do things about the lack of housing for so many. Most recently, we worked for a week down in Woodburn, Oregon with Pecun, the Oregon Farm Workers Union, in helping to create the Capaci's Leadership Institute. And the Institute is meant to help develop the leadership skills and potential of their various organizations. When we were in Woodburn, we learned about housing. We also learned about issues that are facing women in their community. We also learned from the president of their union, Ramon Ramirez, about just a host of issues that farm workers face. What I feel was most rich for us is that we were not just learning with our heads, but we were, due to the presenters' willingness to share from their hearts, we were learning with our hearts also.
It's been a really fabulous experience. The programming and the building and the way that those two things have worked together have been really amazing. It's kind of brought me to an understanding that an important movement in Jewish culture and Jewish life is going to be figuring out how to organize ourselves as Jews, not just as individuals, but as a community of Jews, and aligning ourselves with other groups of people, especially groups that are experiencing different forms of oppression in this country.
Many people have never had an experience of studying a Jewish text, an ancient Jewish text, and applying it to an issue of today, of low-income workers, of immigrants, of taking care of the earth. But those texts are rich, those texts are real for today. Tivnu Building Justice will bring in that history, will bring in that textual history and make it a part of our conversation.
I think there's a great opportunity to create a real understanding and a real appreciation of a different cultural tradition. So I think that's another exciting opportunity that this collaboration can contribute to the Latino community. Not just tangible solidarity, but a cross understanding of culture. And not just a one-way understanding of culture, not just Jews coming and saying, what's the story of Latino immigrants here in our state, but actually a mutual understanding.
Tivnu is committed not just to Jews being involved in social justice issues, in helping meet the basic human needs of those in our communities, but in involving the Jewish community, in involving us not just as individual Jews, but as groups of Jews, coming out into the community, showing what we have to contribute. I think it's meaningful. I think it's a very important aspect of what we do. We are individuals, but the Jewish community is a strong one, has done a lot in the United States, and Tivnu Building Justice is going to be one more little piece in that long line.